Welcome everyone to a new video. In this video, I'm going to show you Diffie-Hellman in a man-in-the-middle Diffie-Hellman implementation in man-in-the-middle attack scenario. In the previous video, we have discussed how Diffie-Hellman actually works, why is it actually secure. But there is one security problem that comes with the implementation of Diffie-Hellman that we'll discuss later in this video. Let's look at the scenario of man-in-the-middle. How can it actually work, or how can this specific scenario actually work? So remember, we all know that there are two variables, A and Q, where A is a very large prime number, and where A is a primitive root of Q, such that we would have a large set of unique patterns or numbers. Okay, let's begin. So we have Alice. She has her own private key. Eve will have two private keys, and Bob will have one private key. So Alice and Bob, they want to share their secret key. How can they do that? Alice will start with creating her public key, X, Y, A, to the power of A, to the power of private key, mod Q. Now she wants to, her intentions is to send this public key to Bob. But Eve will come in the middle. Wait, Alice. Let me take this key really quick. Eve will just like snap this key. And Eve will generate his public key as well. Y. YE is equal to A X E1 mod Q. So Eve will take this key and just stop it. Okay, here, don't worry, I'm Bob. Remember what I just said. Eve will be like, no, don't worry, no, just take the key from here. So now Eve will have Alice's public key. Then Eve will send his public key back to Alice. Now Alice will have Eve's public key 1. Now Alice will generate the shared secret key. She thinks it's Bob. She will take Eve's public key to the power of her private key, mod Q, and Eve will do the same thing. Okay? SK1, Alice's public key, mod his first private key, mod Q. Now Eve and Alice share the same secret key. So whenever Alice encrypts something with this shared secret key and wants to send this to Bob, Eve will be able to decrypt this message and like know the content of the encrypted message that was encrypted using this shared secret key. At the same time, on the other hand, on the other side as well, what will Eve do? Bob will generate his public key to power his private key, mod Q again. Now Bob will send this to Eve, intending to send it to Alice, but Eve will stop it and take the key. So what will Eve do? Create his other shared secret key 2, which is YB of XE2 mod Q. And of course, again, Eve will create his other public key. Eve will create his other public key using, Eve will create this public key using his private key. Great. Let's change the pen. Okay. So his public key, his other public key, using his other private key, mod Q. Now Eve will send this key to Bob. Bob will take this key and create his shared secret key, which is equal to Eve's other public key or his private key, mod Q. And Eve took the public key from Bob and generated the second shared secret key. Now Eve can decrypt messages that are sent by Alice and also decrypt messages that were sent by Bob using this shared. Assuming he knows more, there could be like, of course, this is like just a scenario that's specific to Diffie-Hellman. So what is the security challenge that we see when it comes to Diffie-Hellman? Mainly it's authentication. Imagine the moment Eve or like Bob receives the public key uh, from Eve. Bob will receive a public key from Eve, or Alice will receive a public key from Eve. It's not an authenticated public key. What does that mean? Is this key actually from Bob? Maybe Bob sent the key, but someone altered the key. Maybe someone changed this public key. Did someone do something related? Did someone alter the key, basically? Or is this key from the one who says it is from? This is the main challenge with Diffie-Hellman. How can it be solved? Maybe by using PKIs, public key infrastructures, where the public keys are shared via third party, or more in depth being saying it more in depth using digital signatures. If Bob can sign his public key, then send it to Alice, and Alice can sign the public key, then send it to Bob. Now, Bob, when he receives the public key from Eve, he will be like, "Oh wait, this is not the signature from Alice. This is not Alice's signature." Same thing with Alice when she receives the public key from Eve, she'll be like, "Wait, this is not Bob. Something's wrong." You see what I mean? So yeah, now we have seen how secure is Diffie-Hellman, what challenges come with Diffie-Hellman, and how to protect against these challenges. Thank you again for watching. See you in the next video.